The war in Syria seems to be on its last legs. Under a deal, militants in Idlib Province, the last major bastion under the militants' control, have been given the opportunity to lay down their arms and evacuate the area. Meantime, at his UN General Assembly address, the Syrian foreign minister stressed that his government will fight, quote, occupying U.S., French, and Turkish forces. Muallem also lashed out at a U.S. policy in Syria, accusing the coalition forces of committing mass killings and supporting terrorism. Now, why should the U.S. keep its forces in Syria when it is asked to leave and not to cause more death and destruction? What's Turkey seeking in Syria? Joe, let's begin with a report.
This is the tragic aftermath of an airstrike by the US-led coalition that claims to be targeting battlegrounds to save civilians. But instead, homes are shattered and innocent people perish away. The coalition has been carrying out thousands of such bombardments in Syria and Iraq since 2014 under the pretext of fighting Daesh. But civilians have been the main victims of the attacks. While Washington claims the civilian casualties are less than 1,000, activists say the death toll is 10 times higher. A monitoring group called Air Wars says the US-led coalition has killed as many as 9,600 civilians so far, a death toll from Western military action not seen since the Vietnam War. Some of the deadliest coalition attacks include
March 17, 2017, Mosul, Iraq, nearly 300 killed. March 16, 2017, Aleppo, Syria, 46 people killed. July 12, 2018, Deir el-Zor, Syria, 54 people killed. August 21st to 22nd, 2017, Raqqa, Syria, 100 civilians killed.
Rights groups have accused the US and its allies of potential war crimes because of their indiscriminate bombings. Washington has acknowledged that its attacks in Raqqa have led to the death of 77 civilians between June and October 2017. However, Amnesty International says the admission is just the tip of the iceberg.
The coalition's admission that it killed 77 civilians in Raqqa is just the tip of the iceberg. The coalition needs to release meaningful and verifiable information about how targets in Raqqa were selected and how strikes were carried out.
Air Wars found the coalition was responsible for some 1,400 of the estimated 2,000 civilian casualties during the 4-month offensive there. The United Nations War Crimes investigators have raised the alarm over the situation.
We note in particular that the intensification of airstrikes, which have paved the ground for an SDF advance in Raqqa, has resulted not only staggering loss of civilian life, but has also led to 160,000 civilians fleeing their homes.
Despite protests from the Syrian government and pressure from rights groups, the US-led coalition still pushes ahead with its operations in Syria without accountability. Some now believe that it's time for the international community to take effective measures in order to save innocent lives.